Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rated Point Live. As you can see, we're still alive.
Somehow.
Beware I live.
Unfortunately.
Damn.
Well, you heard all that shit he was talking to me behind the scenes. Like,
Oh, that's true. That's true. I was about to say y'all were getting spicy before. You're still being spicy. Oh man.
He calling me gay like Cab. I mean, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he said it wasn't as important.
Yeah, well, not as important. And dog,
You're just fucking pulling all the fucking teeth out.
I probably could use a few.
Just saying what we're all thinking.
Get back here. What are you running away for? Lord have mercy. Hi, everybody. Hi. Glad to see everybody here. GP5 is back. I thought they did an Epstein-style front flip.
Damn.
I have yet to figure out how to commit that act while on my knees with 6 foot of a bed sheet. Not that I would do that or anything, but
I'm going to dispel the rumors now. Whatever anyone says, Xavier didn't kill himself.
This is true. No, I mean, let's see. Got a few people in the chat here. It's good to see. Who are you people? Why am I here? Gardar Gift Comics, what's up? We got Drunk Ed said, missed you all. Launched my first Indiegogo. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, way to go.
Good job. But yeah, it's been about a month and a half now.
That's at least a hot minute.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Things happened. Things were done, and things have been dealt with. Is the best way I can say it without getting detail.
I think the easier way to put it is just say, yeah, shit happened.
Well, that's pretty much.
It's funnier that way.
And and we probably might have come back earlier, but if y'all have kept up with me on social media, I've had some problems myself. I'll just be upfront with that. I have had severe cases of vertigo for the last 3 weeks. And they started 3 weeks ago on a Tuesday. It was 3 weeks ago today. Yeah. Literally woke up at about 9 o'clock that morning. I went to look at my clock, and it looked like my clock was sliding to the left by itself.
Man, that's scary shit.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's not good. So I went back to bed. I'm thinking, okay, whatever it is, maybe it'll clear up, And I woke up again an hour later, and the whole room was spinning. And that is the worst feeling, one of the worst feelings I've ever had. It's still, even now, I will get a quick little bout of it, and it'll go away. But, it's not as bad as that first intense, bout it was. It still gets me, it still makes me uneasy. We'll go quick at about noon. Well, I mean, it was 10 o'clock. I mean,
well, he had to get to Compton soon.
Jesus. And yeah, so basically, I've been having issues with that. I've been taking medicine. It's helped some, but the problem with the medicine, it makes me really sleepy. So I haven't been feeling up to par, and I'm starting to get better. Yesterday, the day before, Sunday, I had a weird sensation where it felt like my head was going to float away off my neck. And it made me feel and it's all and it's all about stupid little ear crystals and not being aligned like they're supposed to, and you got to do certain head movements to try to get them back right and all that stuff. And it'll eventually clear up. I'm 100% better than I was 3 weeks ago, and everything. But for right now, it is a daily process. So if you see a show scheduled and it doesn't happen, that was probably the reason why. So I will let you know right up front that more than likely You got to realign the JO crystals in your ears.
Mhm.
It's a Herculean task, but I'm up for it. So yeah, pretty much things are getting better. That's all I can say. Things are getting better, and all that good stuff. So, guys, thank y'all for waiting on us. Like I said, sorry that it took so long to come back, but we're glad you stuck with us. Glad you came back, and all that stuff. Is it my first bout with it? Yes, this is the first time I've had problems with vertigo. I wouldn't go as far as say I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but it's not something I would actively say, man, I hope you get vertigo,
Because it kind of seems like an obscure one.
yeah. It's like, can you imagine telling your worst enemy, I hope you get vertigo? Wow.
What? Yeah.
Well, typically, if somebody gets vertigo, it's caused by something else. It's like, well, I have this condition. One of the effects is also vertigo. No one just has vertigo by itself, and that's why it's so weird.
You can if those if those inner ear things.
If your geo crystals go sideways.
Yeah. And so when that's basically what happened to me. I went to a doctor and everything, and they said, yeah, that's pretty much telltale signs. It's like something benign, something vertigo is what I remember them saying.
Yeah.
And so I can, like I said, for the first time in a very long time, I have a prescription, and then I can do this. Please don't make me vote for Joe Biden. Please don't make me vote for Joe Biden.
Wow. That was really uncomfortable. I must be really tired.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man had it. It can't be that obscure. Yeah, Xavier. What the hell? What's wrong with you? We're just gonna keep this silent here. Let it hang in the
Let it hang.
Yeah.
Only the finest dead air.
Oh, Kimosabi.
Dead air. But in the meantime, as the world turns and as it is October going on March, of course, dumb shit has happened, and of course, we're going to talk about the dumb shit.
At least one time.
Wow, that's I don't know about that.
I feel like that one is way more dangerous.
I mean, unless I'm like, Donaldus Magnus over here, and just like, I got the coof. Oh, by the way, I'm Superman, so just fuck it.
Right?
Wolverine and I have been the greatest of friends, very close friends for many, many years. And his healing factor, he got it from me.
If you don't vote for Joe Biden and you ain't black. But it's funny you mentioned that.
Wait, which begs the question, if I were to vote for Joe Biden, does that mean I get an N-word pass?
I would hope at the very minimum.
Good point. So, can't believe the stupidity of this.
I know.
Gal Gadot faces wave of racist harassment for her casting as Cleopatra in upcoming film. We're gonna.
It's like super beautiful and this and that, and they figure it's because she was also known to completely like oil herself up in aphrodisiac, like a natural one that they figured out, and so that was probably how she was getting the mans.
She was also inbred.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's why she was ugly.
Yeah, she was very, very inbred.
It's also important to remember that beauty standards were a little bit different back then. Certain other things were found more attractive than others compared to today.
Yeah, they actually compared her the way she looked against that, and they were like, the problem is she don't even look normal for the time. Like, she looks disfigured for the time. But she had the power, she had the aphrodisiac, and probably, them dudes didn't want to, admit that they banged that. So they went around and was like, yeah, no, she's hot as fuck.
Well,
Mark probably Anthony covered her face a lot. Yeah.
Mark Antony didn't have a problem with it, apparently. He was like,
well, consider that they both killed themselves.
Did they kill themselves?
Yes. Cleopatra killed herself with an asp, and Mark Antony, I believe, committed suicide using something else.
Well, wasn't her whole thing, like, the reason he was like, went to her to consolidate his, power was because it was thought that she had Caesar's heir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it turns out no, she don't.
I mean, if Rome is to be believed, which I watched, which is a good show. If everybody ever gets a chance, they should watch Rome. That essentially it was one of the centurions.
But this is just a fun, interesting fact is that on everything she's portrayed, like even her own like busts and whatever that they carved for way back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything portrays her as super beautiful for their standards of beauty, and it turns out that no, she was a butterface and then some.
Mark Antony, a PS5 is a PS5.
So it's just kind of interesting.
Yeah. But either way, she was Greek, inbred Greek. All the other stuff, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Gal Gadot, faces the harassment. Let's see what's going on here.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is pretty stupid.
The Siren of the Nile.
Wonder Woman 1984 star Gal Gadot, like she didn't star in the other Wonder Woman movies, is facing an intense amount of backlash. The recent announcement that she has been cast as the historical Cleopatra in an upcoming biopic, particularly from critics who take issues with her Israeli descent.
I think their real problem is the Israeli part, and it has nothing to do with anything else. They're just racist. Because a lot of them said they had the same problem with her playing Wonder Woman, and it's like, yeah, fuck you.
Well, Israel is a Mediterranean country. Don't see the big deal.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems like people that are picking on that specifically are people that that's all they could find.
Yeah.
Oh man, you just pissed off our Greek fans. All zero guys.
Yeah. Michael Curtis says, Drew. Yep. And of course, there's also the We Was Kangs.
Yeah, they don't seem to know anything historically about Egypt. No.
That's true. I wonder sometimes if they saw even if they saw Cleopatra, that was Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra back then. So even then, it was a white woman. So you can ask as the historical Cleopatra in upcoming biopic, particularly from critics who take issue with her Israeli descent. Well, obviously, like we just pointed out, it's not going to be historical because Gal Gadot is beautiful. I mean, look at that; she's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and I think Michael Beacon said in the chat, basically, she was a flipper baby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she actually was. So yeah, it's already not going to be historically correct, but a lot nicer to look at for sure.
There you go.
Honestly, if they did like a bait and switch and they did the historical thing, I'd be a little more interested in paying attention to this.
Yeah. Cleopatra was a butterface, and that's why she burst out of that rolled up cart completely naked. The exact opposite of my eyes are up here. No, look at everything else. Don't look at my face. Oh, Lord. On October 11th, Deadline broke the news that Gadot and Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins would be as actor and director of the upcoming Cleopatra period biographical drama scripted by Altered Carbon and Alita Battle Angel screenwriter. I can't pronounce that name.
I don't blame you. You'd like to...
let me see.
It's something else.
By the way, in case y'all don't know, on our end, on the StreamYard end, you can actually expand this to full screen now.
Lita Caligridis?
It's a little button on the right-hand side.
Oh, goodness. That works so fucking well. Good lord.
I can see.
Lita Caligridis.
That works. Okay. The film will be...
Oh, nice! Sorry. I found the button.
Oh, you found the button? Yeah, it's nice. The film will be produced by Atlas Entertainment's Charles Roven, Jenkins, Gadot, and her Pilot Wave motion picture partner, Jaron Varsano, with that name, serving as the executive producer. So essentially, this is like a pet project in between a bunch of these people, and not,
This must have been one of those things that if you do this, we'll let you do the movie you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like if Wonder Woman's a hit, you get to make the Cleopatra, but you still have to make Wonder Woman 2.
Mm-hmm. Cleopatra, of course, was the last ruler of the Ptolemaic. See, didn't think I could say it, did you?
You did the thing.
Had the Ptolemaic kingdom in Egypt until it became a Roman province following her death in 30 BC.
I think that's the last time Egypt was like really big on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It fell into there was too many inbreds at that point.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like before that her brother was the ruler and he was like an actual child?
Yes, and unfortunately, the Egyptian culture at the time saw inbreeding as a
way to
sign
preserve
of
the
power.
bloodline. Yeah, and preserve the bloodline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The blood has run too thin.
Mm-hmm. Also, didn't her brother like F up and like kill like some Romans?
Wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't remember that bit though, unfortunately.
Or had them killed, I should say. Despite her kingdom being located in Egypt, Cleopatra herself is believed to have been a Macedonian Greek, even having been established in the Ptolemaic throne due to her descendants from the founder of the Ptolemaic dynasty, Ptolemy I Soter.
I think.
Yeah, Soter.
Okay, and speaking that Greek as her native language. Oh, we got some Animu.
Oh, look at that! She cute there.
She was considered as the mother of Alexandria and the queen of arts and culture. At the time, she could speak 9 languages, and it was, to the Egyptian scholars, of great support. She assessed the throne at the age of 18.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to read it the other way.
Back then, people used the solar calendar, and it said that it was Cleopatra's initiative that Caesar adopted an even more sophisticated version. Okay.
Neat.
Let's see. According to Wikimedia, a posthumous painted portrait of Cleopatra of the Ptolemaic in Egypt from. Whoa, there you get this. Using a lot of big words here. Roman Herculaneum. I got that right. Made during the 1st century AD, before the destruction of the Herculaneum by the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius, is located in the National Archaeological Museum of Naples. So that's what she supposedly looked like.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's not.
It's embellished.
Mm-hmm.
What they've said is that every artistic depiction of her does not match her actual skeleton. Like
that forehead just goes straight down.
It is still being very generous.
It's like the forehead, it kind of starts at that halfway point of her face and just goes all the way up.
You could ski down this slope. Susan Walker and Petty Higgs discussed the painting in their book Cleopatra of Egypt from History to Myth and indicate that it was likely a depiction of Cleopatra 5, 6, 7. Okay. I don't know my Roman numerals as well. They write, over the brow, a large tuft of hair is painted rather than like the notice found on the portrait of women in the later 1st century BC, and perhaps originally on the marble portrait of Cleopatra from Berlin and the Vatican. The large eye, a late Ptolemaic feature, long nose, and full lips are also comparable to the features of Cleopatra seen on her marble portraits and some of her coins. The effect is somewhat more idealized than, for instance, the Antioch coin portraits, but there are similarities, they say. Oh, no.
Oh.
You stop that right now.
Do not touch my girl.
Yeah.
Get your claws off her.
Mm-hmm. Yet, to the surprise of virtually no one, these historical facts did not matter to the outrage mobs on social media as they took to harassing and criticizing Gadot for being cast in the role. Which Hollywood dumbass thought it would be a good idea to cast an Israeli actress as Cleopatra, a very bland-looking one, instead of a stunning Arab actress?
Seriously?
1 second. Go back up here. Bland?
Bland.
Bland.
That's somebody that's jelly.
Did somebody from a university's fat studies department write this? That's a thing, sadly, in a couple places.
Oh my god. What?
Bland. They said that one. I mean, we don't look at that picture. What's that other one? Like, this woman here is bland, apparently.
Why does it need to be an Arab actress when Cleopatra was not Arab? What the fuck?
Okay.
Because they're fucking racists.
Let's
not beat around the bush.
Of course, it's a journalist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
What's research? What do you need research? Why you gotta do that? Shame on you, Gal Gadot. Your country steals Arab land and you're stealing their movie. No.
How's she stealing them? If the other person wasn't even considered, then she's not stealing. Like, the role would have had to actually be somebody else first.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one. And I'm heated.
See, if this is pictures of the lady she's talking about, I mean, this lady's pretty too, but she kind of just looks like a Kardashian.
Yep.
Like, she just looks plastic. She's not ugly. I'm not saying that. She's pretty too. She just looks plastic. She doesn't look
she looks like you said, like it's more Kardashian looking.
Yeah.
So, a lot of Photoshop there.
Yes, the
Photoshop
Kardashians and their effects have been a disaster for the Arab race.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Gadot has been cast as Cleopatra. And that's just, I guess they were.
Oh, that was their quote tweeting it, I guess, and adding pictures.
Author. I was going to say Arthur Morgan. I was like, wait a second.
We gotta get this honey Dutch.
I don't like this Jewish woman playing this preacher. That there's some bullshit. I got an opinion on this, but I got the tuberculosis, so I don't want to talk about it too much. I might lose my air.
We have to understand.
Oh no!
We have to pass an Israeli because I have a plan.
We always got a damn plan about the Israelis, Dutch.
God.
Tahiti, Arthur.
It's the first step on our way to Tahiti. Don't worry, Dutch. We have a plan.
I have a plan, Arthur. I have a plan.
We have a plan, Arthur.
You always got a plan, Dutch.
Oh God, no! Oh no!
Oh, this is awful.
Cuomo and de Blasio give this movie a gold star and a train.
Oh.
See, Darkgib says we graduated to being so woke we get triggered when a white woman plays a white woman. It's not even that.
Yeah.
She's technically not a white woman. She's technically still a Middle Eastern woman playing a white woman. So you think they'd be happy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a weird thing, and it depends on the conversation who you're having the conversation with and what's really on the line. Because the attitude, and I think this is with the left, is that Jews are white until they're not.
Oh, I know.
And I think some of the Jewish community do that a little bit too. Again, it depends on what's on the line. I was going to
say they kind of do that themselves when they go, "No, I'm not white. I'm Jewish."
Yeah, there are some that do that. Yeah, but then again, when it's time for voting, suddenly the Jewish people are people of color.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We Jews are Schrodinger's.
But look at Gadot. Like, she actually looks like, not white.
You can see like the olive complexions and like
looks. I
All the left Jews
mean,
are the oppressed minority until it's time to go. How do you do, fellow whites?
I mean.
Okay, yeah. So Arthur Morgan shared her. Arthur Morgan's transition.
It was the only way I could beat the tuberculosis, fella.
I'm pretty sure this Morgan Jenkins chick has been quoted in cringy articles before for having cringy takes or whatever. That person needs to get a new job.
That is her job, doing cringy takes.
She should actually go write something more than a whiny tweet. Is what I'm saying. Go author something.
Also, isn't her name pronounced Gadot? I thought so too, but everybody I've ever heard talk about her say Gadot. So
yeah.
Gadot is the European. Gadot is, I think, the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But apparently, they want Cleopatra to be darker than a brown paper bag.
Has she not seen a brown paper bag?
I was going to say, Arthur Morgan hasn't seen very many brown paper bags, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably never used one. Probably too good for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
Oh,
I have my own grocery bags in my car, in the back of my smart car.
I only get brown paper bags at the Whole Foods because I'm trying to protect the environment.
I was like, people want historical accuracy until they don't. When the accuracy is a little inconvenient.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that game set in fucking Czechoslovakia. Fuck. What was that?
Don't y'all find it funny about the brown paper bag though? We went for years. There was a brown paper bag, and there was like, oh, we need to get something that's more sturdy. Let's try these plastic bags. And now we've gone back. No, you know what? The brown paper bags are fine, environmental friendly, and all that stuff.
Well, to be fair, fucking plastic bags fall apart pretty easy too.
I was gonna say I ain't never had. I mean, 9 times. I'm lucky if I can get home with my groceries and at least one bag doesn't rip at some point.
Exactly. But I will say this, the plastic bags have the better handles, so they're a little easier to carry.
And the ones the handles they try to put on paper bags, just no.
Yeah, that's just asking for you to drop your shit on the ground.
I think I think Mike might remember this. Years ago, I was getting the groceries out and I had in the back of the truck, and I went to grab a bag and I took it out. It was ripped. And my spaghetti sauce fell out, and it was in a glass jar. And we have cement driveway, so you already know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told I said, guys, you ain't gonna believe what happened. I told them what happened, and then somebody, I don't think it wasn't Mike, but somebody said, "So you're saying you spilled your spaghetti?" Apparently, I did. Yes, you can have all the laughs you want out of that one. Whole Foods has legit breakfast buffet. They do when they have a buffet, like the one that I would go to when when I have to go out of town. There's one particular one I go to. They got a good buffet, but now you can't even get the buffet.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because
well, they do. They'll quote serve it to you, kind of they'll make it up for you, kind of thing. But then again, I'm like, so instead of a bunch of people having their hands on something, you're going to have one person who's going to have their hand constantly on something that's going to get dirty. Okay.
See, now I don't live close enough to Whole Foods to really go there.
When I say close, I'm 50 miles away from the nearest one. So, don't.
I was going to say, so I wouldn't do my grocery shopping, that and their prices. I wouldn't do my grocery shopping there, but they do have they are a cool place to go for lunch.
Yeah, they got good lunch.
Oh, sorry. Hey, girly.
Huh?
What did you do?
My cat.
Oh, hey,
it's girly.
It's this guy. That's what she's talking about.
Hey, Uncle.
Yeah.
Hello, Ethan. Hope congratulations on warts and all.
I tried to sometimes I try to randomly like get him or Cecil to chicken shit to try for Malin for whatever reason to come on like my random streams now over on my channel, but that channel's kind of tiny, so they'd probably be wasting their time there, but still.
I mean,
it's kind of fun though because it feels like fishing. Like,
Well, you can always ask Malin. The worst he can tell you is no.
exactly. That's why I randomly send links. No, for Malin, it's kind of one of those like I have a fake like a fake beef or rivalry with Malin that he's like completely unaware of because it doesn't matter. Over the wolf stuff.
So you mean that if Malin goes on your show, he's going to have to educate himself on your wikia about the rivalry that's been going on for years between the two of you?
Yes.
Probably gets all her groceries out back of a Denny's.
Oh no!
I want to ask you about this entry here in your
worse actually. Walmart.
Oh. Well, I heard you got a hook up there. Anyway.
Oh no! Brutal.
Hey, he's making good money there. Hey, I ain't dogging my man's. He needs to get with me. I need to send him these headphones. Sorry, off topic. Where were we? Oh yeah, going on to Sarah Ahmed 989. Declared that this is a new low for Hollywood. This is
This one's
the new
oh no.
This is the new low, by the way. Just want to let y'all know. This is the new low. As she believed, not one person thought of making an effort for looking for an Egyptian actress after all the effing up representing, I'm going to call it that from now on, representing ancient Egyptians. How many famous Egyptian actresses have there been?
I'm sure there's a whole bunch that are totally allowed to show maybe an ankle over there, but
yeah,
yeah, because didn't they do like some weird shit where they've heavily restricted the arts over there?
Oh yes.
Well,
yeah, the Arab Spring was supposed to change things for the better for them, and they kind of got short end of the stick on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Arab Spring was supposed to be a gigantic reset.
Yeah. Didn't work out too well, did it?
No.
Okay, so you live for Hollywood. Not one person thought of making an effort looking for an Egyptian actress.
Or minus one Libyan dictator, and now there's everything else. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get the Libyan slave trade is now a thing.
The level of disrespect is unbelievable, stated who took specific issue with Gadot being Israeli, and the issue of her casting is not going to end well. What does that mean?
Right? Sounds like a threat.
The level of disrespect is unbelievable. You are Israeli portraying an Arab figure. This is not going to end well. Well, we've already been through the fact that Cleopatra was not.
So there is no like straight up Egyptian women that have made it in Hollywood, over here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good handful of Egyptian men that are actors out here for Hollywood, but only one woman, and I believe that was the woman that one chick named.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Good vibe, Zon Lee. I like that his thing is my info. Summed up the argument of Gadot's critics succinctly as they demanded that the film. Well, let's read what he says. Cleopatra was from Egypt. Stop whitewashing history and give this role to a deserving woman of color.
Dude,
from Egypt and being
Egyptians
are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Jesus, man, these people just sound dumb.
Didn't geneticists show that the ancient Egyptians had more genetically in common with Europeans?
Yes, because a lot of them were Greek.
Or moved to Europe.
Well, King Tut, for instance, had more in common with a Viking than literally anybody else. Just from his blood alone. Crying out loud. Nefertiti. She was oh my goodness.
Edie asking the important questions.
True.
Maybe from the back. I don't know if she'll do frontal.
There you go. Not to mention, if you want to be historically accurate, Cleopatra died in 30 BC when Egypt wasn't invaded by the Turks. Because isn't that when Egypt kind of got Arabized?
Yes, when the Turks finally invaded. Then the threat of Alexander was very long gone.
Yeah, because there were no conquering kings in the Mediterranean at that point. Would I be correct in assuming that? Yeah.
I think at that point they were starting to become Huns.
So, other users will be more direct and vitriolic in their criticisms, with many leveling racist insults against Gadot due to her Israeli heritage. Oh boy, what's this one say?
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. They want to whitewash everything so bad. Cry face, cry face, cry face, cry face, cry face. And Israeli trash to make it worse. Woo.
Jesus. These people are
These were people who would deny the Holocaust, wouldn't they? Like,
given the chance.
right?
Like this one. You're a
What
Zionist
the fuck?
monster bitch. Whoa.
Oh, I haven't heard that one in a while.
Jeez Louise.
What do they mean by this?
God.
Yeah. Micah says Israeli trash. Okay, Himmler. I mean, that's just. I mean, that's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, dude.
People there are times when people will claim anti-Semitism. You're like, come on, But this time, no. Yeah, I mean, like.
Yeah, no, they're being very open with it and just. And you know what? Those same kind of people will turn around and accuse somebody they don't like of being anti-Semitic for whatever reason, so that they can go,
Bear says Himmler was much more articulate. Boy,
this is like getting
sad.
so cringy. My face hurts. God.
Yeah. I seriously hope that you suffer in this life and the next.
These people are unhinged over fucking movie casting. Shit, if I don't like casting is something, the most I'll say is, well, that sucks. I would have picked this person, this person, this person, or this person.
Yeah.
All right, that's my opinion. I'm done. Like,
so user. Oh God, I've got. Do I even want to read this?
Oh my God. Oh please.
Witchless Ouija. Oh.
OG. Yeah, Ouija.
Yeah, Ouija.
Witchless Ouija hikes.
Because he's trying. This is his Halloween name, y'all.
Oh.
DJ hikes. Ugh.
Oh, I get it. Ha.
If you're a Zionist dead ass, get the fuck away from me. I am the most Jewish person I know.
Right?
Okay.
It's that line where I'm like, and you're done.
Listen to this guy. I'm the most Jewish person I know. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm the most Jewish person I know, and I've never been roped into the Israel is our homeland woo woo.
Isn't that in the thing that you have to read for your bar mitzvah?
Yeah, bullshit ass narrative, and I'm like,
in all those religious texts that you have to read growing up.
They have a song. It goes like Hava Nagila Hav. Wait, no, that's a celebration.
Yeah.
So point being.
I think don't do the dreidel for the bar mitzvah. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know
Micah.
enough about-
He put uwu in his anti-Semitism. Yes, he did.
Bullshit ass
I am
narrative.
dead.
Anyway, I have to get back to work, but fuck Zionists, fuck Gal Gadot, and put some respect on Cleopatra.
He's contradicting himself left and right in his own fucking thing. GD's got a good point.
Should have certainly it was Cleopatra, then everyone would be equally pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah, at least we could all be pissed off together.
What do you make of Gadot's casting as Cleopatra? What is your opinion on the amount of vitriol she received? She shouldn't receive any of it. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people that want attention trying to do the we so oppressed thing.
Mm-hmm.
They want an excuse to get some anti-Semitism in there and get away with it.
Yeah,
and they apparently wanted everybody to know that they don't know jack shit about Egyptian history.
Or Israeli history, apparently.
Yeah. Or Greek.
There you go.
None of it.
I hate the Jews. Woo-woo.
Ooh, woo. God. For real, though. That's I'm the most Jewish person I know. That can mean anything.
I am honestly flabbergasted by the amount of hatred that I've seen. I'm sure there's been more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I could do search Gal Gadot on Twitter and find
I have seen more get retweeted across my feed despite trying to limit that than this article has. I've seen way more and even worse stuff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's
something, isn't it?
Yeah. Just that one right there, a guy who claims he's Jewish. How can you be the most Jewish person to know and then not say Israel is our homeland?
I don't think he knows any other Jews.
I don't think that he knows that he's not Jewish.
Because if you grew up in a Jewish family, aren't you supposed to study all this stuff? Because again, it's all leading up to the bar mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a boy or whatever. So I thought there's a lot of studying in the history and the language and all that other shit. And I say that respectfully.
I know just from some of the things I've learned, through kind of, I guess you could say the best way to put it is osmosis, about Jewish heritage and stuff. And I know, I get the whole thing, and I went and looked it up, and when you look at the, because they like to throw around Zionism and Zionist and all that stuff. When you look at it, Zionism is really nationalism.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially saying that the Jewish people should have a homeland, and that homeland should not be it should be allowed to exist, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think at some point, and I'm sure there's some who might think this. I'm not going to say they're not, because there's extremes to everything. A lot of people started taking Zionism as to the extreme of they want Jewish supremacy.
So I never saw it like that, but I did see Zionism more as described as it's nationalism, but it's hardcore nationalism, which is just, if you're not one of us, we really don't want you here, but...
Yeah, but like I said, it's like saying, I can say nationalism in the U.S. is fine because you believe in your country and your nation and you want it to be, great and succeed.
And it happens that nationalism for the U.S. includes every freaking race and stuff like that because we're already used to being that way.
Yeah,
that's what made our nation.
Now, when you qualify that with white nationalism, then you have a problem.
Yeah, then it's race specific and. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we get problems, and that's more like a Zionist way to look at it, ish.
Yeah,
too.
But from where I see it, from just the things I looked into, and I can be educated because I don't know too much about it. Just from what I could see, that it was described to me, and from what I read, that Zionism is just a belief in a Israeli country, in a Hebrew country, Jewish country, for the Jews. Now, a lot of them would like to reestablish the old borders, which would be from the Tigris to the to the Jordan, You know,
Oh, that.
you know, that they want that establishment. They said they want all the land that they used to have. You know, because they did at one point. Ancient Israel and Judea had like from the Tigris to the Jordan. That was their empire. They had a pretty big empire at one point, but
then a weird midget found a weird rock, floaty rock, and then it went all heads up from there.
Yeah, Micah says Zionism is basically Israel is the homeland of the Jews, and that God intended it as such. Yeah, and like I said, but there are those extremes. You know, some who might have a supremacy bent on it, and some who might like let's reestablish the real borders of Israel. And then, of course, I always say like when people say let's go back to the old borders, I was like, okay, do you mean the ones from the old days? I mean,
like how old?
Yeah. It's like how old the borders we going? Okay, why is Wakanda okay, but Israel is? Well, Wakanda didn't exist for one thing.
Can you imagine that though? Just like one little country like hoarding like a shit ton of like alien artifacts
and technology, and yeah.
I love the people that all say that if Wakanda was real, none of this shit would have happened. Things would have been different. No. It would have happened exactly the same, except Wakanda would be real. Because Wakanda was real in the Marvel comics, and all that shit still happened.
Yeah.
Because Wakanda didn't care.
It's easy to have a big empire when you're backed up by Old Testament God. That guy gave 0 hex, and he set you on fire just for doing as he tells you.
He sent bears to murder like 40 kids for laughing at a bald man.
Yeah.
Oh God, the Myers Twitter. We gotta be careful.
Yeah. We're playing with dangerous forces every day, but that's living life on the edge.
I mean, Old Testament God didn't play around. I mean, wasn't there was like somebody it's like, hey, you guys go get me an offering. And they went and got him an offering, like 2 of them did, and the third one says, like, yeah, I didn't get the offering. He kept the offering for himself. He's like, you sure about that? Okay, yeah, I got the offering and I didn't give it to you. Sorry, God. He's like, okay. And then the earth swallowed him up.
I shouldn't have to ask twice, me, damn
it. Lying to God, the all-knowing, all-seeing, probably not the best idea. He already know the truth.
It's just a formality at this point.
Yeah. There you go. Resident Evil 5 is racist, but Wakanda is fine. Oh no. Read that one.
Okay, let me go see.
Mike, you have
Okay, imagine having all the future space technology and super metals on Earth, but you choose to stay in Africa. Like, sincerely, holy fuck. They had camouflage technology, the world's largest source of adamantium. Okay, imagine if he comes back down here and it turns out the commandment he cares about the most about not wearing mixed fabrics, so everyone with polyester shirts gets got.
Yep.
Or the one where you're not supposed to grow plants beside each other. I get that. I get not trying to grow plants next beside each other because sometimes.
Are you talking about when you say plants next to you? You talking about different crops?
Yes.
Okay, so but like
there's a reason for that. Yeah, you can put 2 carrots beside each other, but you're not supposed to put carrots
next to the carrot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a
But it
reason
makes
for
sense too, because they use different nutrients, and also they give off different crap, so they can screw up each other's
growing patterns.
Yep.
It's sound agricultural advice.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah, I noticed some of the stuff is more like almost like an almanac kind of stuff in there. Only they made it like hardcore fucking consequences if you do.
Well, the early Jews were the ones that wrote these books had signs of some severe OCD, and the way that they survived is that all these little commandments, like don't eat pork, don't grow plants beside each other, and don't wear the mixed fabrics, that helped them survive.
Yeah.
Because
Now,
pork is
specifically
dangerous.
with the pork, let's be
That was dangerous back then.
specifically the pork, because the pork didn't come from the pigs we have now. Is what
Yeah.
swine, which is what they called it in those times, was a pig-like creature,
Filthy meat.
but very filthy.
Oh my goodness, so terribly filthy.
Yeah.
It's just a damn shame that the Europeans figured out that you could eat it safely by just adding salt.
Or cooking it really well.
Or cooking it really well.
Yeah, slow cooking to make sure it cooks all the way through, not just sear the outside.
So eating that for a desert culture is probably one of the most dangerous things you possibly could have done. Because high heat, parasites, omnivorous, oh Lord, all the diseases you get.
They're just because there's already like to clean meat wasn't the most exact science already. So
that's where the whole kosher thing comes from, is that they they were trying to eat the meat that wouldn't, give them gut parasites.
Well, it's like shellfish, right? Because that was the reason why they wouldn't eat shellfish, And like I said, you look at when those those particular rules came down. People they like to ride on Leviticus, like, oh, you can't. What about Leviticus shellfish? I was like, well, back then, God was saying, hey, don't do this. You get sick, fam.
I mean, people eat oysters and shit. People still do.
People eat raw oysters like nothing.
Yeah, don't do that. That's gross.
Yeah. I see people eat this like they're eating snot.
I know. I don't know how they can handle that texture. It just no. Bleh.
I see. My grandfather, God rest his soul. Apparently he would slurp an oyster like that, and I'm like,
yeah, my mom too, and she is the reason, at least, that I've tried a lot of the foods that I've tried, and I'm thankful for having tried a bunch of foods, but oyster was one of those that I already knew I wasn't going to like it before I tried it, because I was like, no, that texture. Ugh.
I swear my body only became allergic to shellfish after seeing that one Mr. Bean episode where he got the free shellfish at like a little restaurant, and he's just slurping them down, and then a waiter walks by and he notices the smell coming off them, and he's like, oh no.
It's kind of like, you remember Clerks, the animated series? Where have y'all seen that before?
Yeah.
I have.
When Leonardo got the Discreto burritos?
Yeah.
And that had been sitting out in the sun for 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And he ate one, and he goes, exquisite. Oh Lord, there you go. Just boil those oysters in the Ganges River, and you'll be fine.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, I've had I've had like fried oysters and things like that. I've had clam chowder before, so I mean,
God, don't talk about the fucking Ganges. Oh,
I'm
poor
not
river.
to clam anything either. I did at least try fried oysters, and I still don't like their texture. But I'm more willing to put that in my mouth than a raw one ever again. And I will eat other raw fish, but not that.
You ever had a
like tuna and sashimi and all that. I love that stuff, but I can't.
Yeah.
You ever had a Rocky Mountain?
I've never had a raw oyster.
No, because I knew what they were ahead of time. Mom almost got me, but she had forgotten that she told me a story about how her dad got her, my grandpa got her basically, to eat them. So I already knew ahead of time, and I was like, nope. For one, I already, thanks to that I don't like oysters, so it would have been a no. But also, I know what those are already.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? You ever tried to Rocky Mountain oysters? Huh?
Sounds like he knows what they are. Have you eaten them?
Like it, yeah, because I heard him say balls.
Big old balls. Yeah, well, that's kind of the reason why rural boys are so large over that, especially the cattle ranchers. Because because that's a real big source of testosterone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that till now. It's only another reason on the list. I'm glad I didn't.
There you go. Flavorful pathogen.
Ugh.
Nothing wrong with the Ganges River. It's not like they.
It's not like they pour like
pee
wash
and
their
poo in it.
clothes, throw their dead in there.
Pee and poo.
Ugh. Fuck.
And then wash themselves.
Yep.
How would you get clean in the same? Ew.
It's blessed. It's blessed.
Water.
It's
fine.
holy.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's right. Ew.
It can never be dirty. It's the holy Ganges.
Yeah.
Despite
I remember, it made me think about there was this dude, and I don't know what his, and I'm not going to specify on what his ethnicity was or anything like that, lest I get in trouble. But he was a dude. He was in like a European country, and he was there. He was washing his ass at the damn water fountain.
Oh.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yep. Just nasty.
people throw coins in there. You send your kids in there when you want to go fight the DMV for whatever reason.
Fight the DMV. I gotta go fight the DMV. Kids go play in the Ganges. Can you imagine? Go play in the Ganges, please no.
Please, Mama, no.
No. Mama, no. Why was Tariq Nasheed doing that in Europe? Well, I didn't specify.
Oh no. Is this the only thing we had, or did we have other stuff we were looking at?
No, this was pretty much it because I figured this would last a while.
It actually did kind of last a while.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I shouldn't say I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to go too long in case, head swimmy thing starts,
Sure.
Yeah. So
anything fun going on in entertainment?
that this pretty much is.
I'm planting a lot of rape.
We'll kind of buzz over their other headlines and see. Oh yeah, here's one: Batista being a moron.
Oh boy.
Oh frick! Not again.
We go over this kind of quick.
Why you do this, bruh?
Dude, actor Dave Bautista attacks Trump supporters, describes them as small crowds of idiots.
Buddy, I want to like you. Don't.
Yeah.
Make me not.
Yeah. Is that him in Dune?
Yeah, I think maybe.
So is he supposed to be Harkonnen's nephew?
I don't know.
Or is he the
I
bad?
don't know. I feel like he's playing the same character in everything he's in now.
He's starting to get the Rock syndrome.
Yeah. Problem is, he wishes he was as popular as The Rock.
Oh God.
Batista's attack on Trump supporters came following a tweet from the president who wrote on Twitter, "I did more in 47 months than Biden did in 47 years. Now he's pushing the most far-left agenda ever put forward by a presidential nominee." Well, that's not wrong,
I mean,
There's the lie.
I mean, man literally said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Just saying.
I think Biden also said today that 57% of people polled believe they're better off now after 4 years of Trump than they were under 8 years of Obama. Then don't vote for me.
Yeah.
Which is a bizarre thing.
Only a small crowd of idiots willing to sit through your bad comedy routines are buying your shit anymore, Biff. Americans are voting by the millions. You're exposed. You can't lie your way out of it. There's too many dead Americans. You're fired.
all those dead Americans are voting. Voting Democrat. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's another problem.
That's where the millions that come from. Look, I don't want to like the guy, but he's fucking funny. And I went from 2016, oh man, this sucks. There's no good answer, to there's only one decent answer.
Right, yeah. This is the first time he's used a term "crowd of idiots" to describe President Donald Trump supporters. In a tweet earlier this month, the actor quoted an article from the Palmer Report used that description. When Donald Trump spoke from the White House balcony today, to a crowd of idiots below, he was reminded that it was a reminder that he still has coronavirus.
Sure.
Note the date. And according to my calendar, it was on the 9th when he was said that he was no longer shed the virus. So that means he did not have coronavirus.
He did not have corona.
Yeah.
So, whoops, who's the idiot? You know what really kind of makes me laugh too is him repeatedly using the small crowds of idiots. Have you seen all of Biden's attempts at rallies?
All 5 people that show up.
More Trump supporters show up.
Trump supporters show up at Biden's rallies to make fun of him. Than
Biden supporters, and I think they're getting pissed, and that's why he's pulling the small crowds of idiots. Like, even if it was a small crowd, he pulled
still bigger than your guy.
Yes, your guy brought nobody but some Trump supporters multiple times.
Biden did a fucking battle rap with Kamala Harris as a campaign ad. I didn't watch it because there's levels of cringe I'm not willing to undertake.
Right? Yeah. My face will get stuck this way if that happens. Like we know about Perlman. We know.
Oh yeah. Little Donnie.
Hey, little Donnie.
Hey, little Donnie. I shit my chili, and then ate the chili.
Look at that, fucko.
Take that, Trump. The actor also indicated that Trump supporters who attended the Blexit rally at the White House over the weekend will drink bleach when President Trump asked them to. I want to point out that the Blexit rally means black exit, as in black people that are leaving the Democratic Party.
Yeah, whoops.
So Batista's a racist.
My phone's dead, or I'd have.
He can't be racist because those people are voting for Joe Biden, so they're not black anymore.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Sure.
They gave her their blackness because they decided not to vote for Joe Biden. He's also seen to describe Americans who support Trump as self-righteous, ignorant, or downright scummy.
Ooh, out of Batista and Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo's been cringy for longer.
Yeah.
So Mark Ruffalo was, before even the Trump derangement syndrome, he was doing I'm totally a feminist, you guys. Bullshit.
Oh, and they're here, apparently you're part of a cult. Batista didn't just attack supporters of the president. He went after Donald Trump as well. In one tweet, he wrote, "Everything about Donald Trump is straight from the fascist playbook. Seeing him spew propaganda from the White House makes my head want to explode." Dave, Bubba.
Oh,
Dave,
boy.
let me explain fascism to you. If this was a fascist country, you wouldn't be allowed to say what you're saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't be allowed to tweet that. You'd be gulagged already, dude.
Yeah. Hollywood would be pretty thin right now, wouldn't it? There wouldn't be nobody in Hollywood.
Yeah.
In a fascist dictatorship, all of the news media outlets would suddenly be stormed and go off the air, and would come back a month later with exceptionally happy and perky individuals that only say good things and positive things that are happening and why they're good.
Yeah.
Xavier. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Of course not.
Yeah, Batista, I think, has a big, it's the TDS. He has the dumb, but he's not Mark Ruffalo levels of cringe.
He's a delusional wannabe dictator. Very badly dictator.
He's doing a bad job.
I guess if the one thing you could say that Trump has really been bad at, he's been a really bad dictator.
Right?
You negotiated peace in the Middle East. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to continue the forever war and blow up some more brown children.
Yeah.
I mean, Obama did in his first week.
Good to see everybody doing their thing again. Hope you get your shoes soon, Fizzy. Christopher, a.k.a. the fictional. I like he had to qualify it. He's a fictional reverend now.
Yeah, Get you some shoes. Well, why don't you have shoes?
Hollywood would be purged. Don't try to sell me on fascism like that.
I was gonna say, honestly, from all the stuff that like Antifa and them screech is supposedly fascism, if what they're doing isn't fascism, then fascism suddenly seems like the good guy. Like the good guy side.
I almost feel like Arthas from Warcraft 3. You know, when I see Hollywood, it's like this town must be purged.
I saw a tweet earlier, and this could be, some clickbaity bullshit or whatever, but one of them said something like, fifth grade teacher preaches that peace is a white supremacist concept.
Yes, I've been seeing that, and yes, that teacher should be fired.
Mm-hmm.
Out of a cannon, mainly.
She said she didn't even. She went worse than that even.
Yeah.
Fizz Giggity doesn't have shoes because fascism. Exactly.
Yeah, screw fascism.
Donald Trump took your shoes.
Yes, he took my shoes so I couldn't.
Shoes are big league. Too big for you.
I'm sorry, Bears mentioned this. Trump's a dictator. Gretchen Whitmer, who? Yeah. See, it's funny you mentioned that because I find it kind of ironic that 2 days after Gretchen Whitmer got smacked down by her state Supreme Court saying, yeah, you literally seized too much power during this pandemic. All of a sudden there was this plot to kidnap her and all this. I'm like, and then of course she immediately
very convenient
Trump for it,
Yeah.
And weren't all those guys lefties?
Yeah, most of them were.
Here's
the funny thing: the guy who suggested the kidnapping plot, guess what? He was glowing.
My favorite part of the documentation they released about that is the two informants that were trying to entrap one another.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was one of my favorite green text stories, and that there's a militia that made of 8 guys. Made of maybe 20 guys.
Hold on. Oh, Stevie Nicks says she'll leave Earth if Trump wins again. Just like the white-winged dove, sing song like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fly away, Stevie, fly away. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'll leave Earth. Well, I mean, right now there's only 2 ways to do it. That's either SpaceX or killing yourself. So
yeah,
she's gonna get real mad when she gets to Mars and find out Gamergate's been there for
3-4 years.
Yeah.
Poor movie Bob. Speaking of movie Bob, he went.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you know what? I gotta change my vision of that motherfucker. He's the best at scaring the hose. Most other people, when they're doing their liberal fascist stuff, is all they layer in thick sheens of irony, and then they add academic words well, I can't think of any at the moment, but point is, they add a shit ton of irony and academia to it. Not movie Bob. No. He'll straight up tell you that he's going to genocide the coal miners because he's not allowed to go on spaceships or whatever.
Yeah, he fucking he doesn't try to sugarcoat or hide that shit.
You remember when he said? When he said that they took the future that he deserved.
He deserved his flying cars and shit. Yeah.
He earned
robot butlers and partying with space aliens.
Yeah, he earned that future. I'm like, you, and trying to say, the people who keeps his, talking about flyover. I said, oh, you mean the people who keep your fat ass fat, essentially? Because we know you ain't skipping no meals, Bob. Diabeto.
Yeah. Because I had some friends on Facebook that I don't interact with anymore. Then they do that flyover country shit. And one of those fucked up takes I ever saw was somebody saying that if the flyover states are going to vote wrong, then maybe they should be ruled.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just like that he's hardcore, does not realize in the slightest, despite how intellectual he thinks he is, that he would be one of the first people to go if the world went the way he wants it to.
Well, you don't understand that everything is going to change as soon as he completes the eugenics machine. And then only one man can stop him.
The eugenics machine.
Goddamn eugenics machine. Oh God. He loves himself some eugenics because he figures that he's like the king of genes.
Movie Bob considers himself the Ubermensch.
Yeah. The flyover states have the guns. Exactly. Yeah, that's some good. Bear says, if they are going to vote right, they should be ruled. By the way, Trump's a fascist.
Right?
Yeah, Movie Bob was pro cuties. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, dude. He just gets more and more gross.
Yeah. I will say it's funny that Netflix got indicted in Texas.
Texas.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah. For selling child porn.
for peddling child pornography, essentially. Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, Texas. I like you. I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
Yep. Bob skipped his grandmother's funeral to buy an air conditioner. I thought he was playing Mario.
He was playing Mario.
Yeah, he was playing Mario 3,
Yeah.
which was the JFK of its time, the 9/11 when it was released.
Maybe he bought an air conditioner that day. You know, it was a long day.
It was a long day. Yeah, that's another thing. You remember he said something about it might be a good time for Germany to invade Poland.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what that was a part of, but yeah, he said that Germany.
It was something because Poland had has a leader who's very nationalistic.
So
Poland
Germany
is
should
also Poland's one of the safest countries in Europe right now.
Yeah, it's essentially saying that Poland's kind of like, okay, we learned our lesson. F everybody, we'll take care of ourselves.
Yeah, keep your shit out there.
Caleb wants you to post the final consumer edit, which that was funny.
Hopefully it doesn't get us flagged, but it shouldn't get us flagged.
Yeah.
But holy fuck.
We just need it. You need to make an overlay of it. So you just pop it up sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, it's been asked a couple of times by Liquor Jim. Don't worry, nobody sees nothing. So you don't have to
It's
edit
blurry.
it.
Even though it's blurry. Ha! You should go in and fix it later.
No, I'm not going to go fix it. So there, yeah, people are asking, and there it is. Peregrine Wing Falcon still doing well. 1,077 backers from what Xavier told me earlier. We are what?
Like 13 away from beating Deadbeats.
In backer numbers?
Didn't they have 1,089 backers?
They had 1,091.
Was it 1,091? Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, we're close to beating that. Close
We're
to 49,000. Close to that 50,000 stretch goal where the art team will get bonuses. And hopefully we'll have some new stuff to show you pretty soon.
Should have the rest of the colored art to put on there soon from the sample art that we have.
So we can finish out the replacement of the colors.
Yeah.
The white's getting replaced by coloreds.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
The blacks and the whites getting replaced by colors. You notice that's kind of.
Well, technically, right now it's 2020. That makes it more politically correct instead of less.
We're replacing our blacks and whites with POC.
Yeah.
We're doing fine. So don't worry about it. Quit worrying about things.
I swear to God, I fucking hate that goddamn term. Holy fucking shit.
Everything's fine.
So fucking funny. I'm like, that's something I feel like 4chan had to have done this. But I don't think they did that one.
No.
That's what's crazy. I'm like, you seriously brought back what's considered a hardcore racist thing to say.
Mm-hmm. Will get me an evil Bob Ange.
Yeah,
think about that one. Yeah, there you go. POC, pages of color. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we're really far along in color. That's the progress on the book.
You say about 30 now? 30 some pages?
I believe so.
Yeah. So you know,
It's been a little bit since I made Farrah mad at me, but
well, things happen, you know.
Yeah.
I know I think I was watching the color collab on Scotsman's channel the other day, and they were talking about the difference between, you know, pencils and inks versus colors. And I said, oh yeah, I said when we were first started, you know, we were getting these pages like, oh man, we got 48 pages. This book's going around great. And they said, then we get to the coloring portion. It's like, nobody knows the trouble I see. You're just sitting here waiting. It's like, huh?
There's not much we can do.
Yeah, just like twiddle your thumbs a little bit, you know.
One day a completed book will fall from the sky, and it will be a great day.
And it's got.
I will tell you that 90% of the reason is slow is because we didn't make color guides before.
That's true. Xavier.
Yeah. So we gotta learn, and we definitely always have those.
It'll be better next time, as they say.
Yeah. So some of that's our fault, and some of it is colors take a while.
Mm-hmm. My even my mom is like, when you getting those books? I'm like, oh Jesus, my old damn mom is. Well, I think she's wondering because like she knows that it's going to take up a very big area of the storage area. You know,
yeah.
So that's why she's trying to account.
Damn mom.
She might be trying to plan some shit.
So what now?
She might be trying to plan some shit. You know, do I want to do this? And these books are about to come in.
Could be, yeah. I don't think so. I mean, she would have told me if she had something planned. That's an accurate quote, I reckon.
Oh shit!
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to sit 2 hours in a seminar in HR for that one.
Yep. It's fine. I'm used to waiting 12 to 6. 12 minutes. Just remember that we're still on schedule. So while things got a little slow, it does not mean that we're not on schedule. So
yeah, work is being done. There's nothing wrong slowing us down. It's just we're learning. We're learning how long it takes to make a book, and we're learning what we can do to make it faster in the future.
Yep. Having a lot done beforehand would be one of those things.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's something that we will carry over into the next book. So everything is going to be great. But yeah, I mean, you know, people don't realize like coloring is just as much an art as, you know, as the actual black and white.
All you got to do is put the E tool on the page and then just erase it real hard.
How long does it take to do the fill tool, for God's sake? Jeez.
Ouch.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's been over an hour. So we did it. First night back. So we will be back. I know we'll be back Thursday night because apparently Chimera is going to show up this time.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Are we not doing tomorrow?
Well, I figured you would do your show tomorrow, so I did. You know,
I time my show where it happens before this show.
Well, I don't like bumping against shows. Yeah, I guess, but we're gonna figure out a better schedule soon. Let's put it that way.
Mine's really early so that I can do this one after. I had that in mind when I made the time for it.
Oh, okay.
By the way, in like 2-ish weeks, the only hint I'm giving to our guest is that his @ is Archon.
Yeah, we got a surprise coming. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Inglewood's closing soon. Is that tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think so.
He'll say it in the chat in a second. Bumping can be fun. Depends on the bump. He'll be there, but was Chimera going to say anything? Well, that's the $1 million question.
Do I got to bully somebody? Because I'll bully somebody.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what, Micah, if you want to come on tomorrow night, we'll talk about some Inglewood and get that, get the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Settled.
Yeah.
All right. thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate everybody showing up and all that good stuff. I'm going to leave you with a special message from our former vice presidential candidate. So y'all have a good one, and y'all take care.
Come on, man. That's like saying you, before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh?
Cocaine.